So what's the next milestone then that would be that you guys would be able to complete?
Yeah, right now actually the team is out in Florida on the ground system design review. We've got a phase 1 safety review coming up. And if you look at the design maturation across this period, we've completed our first component PDR for the flight computers. So that was successfully done. And so we're really entering into what we call the component PDR season. So a lot of focus on getting the final designs on the components done. We'll move through the balance of the system design and then move in 2013 into critical design reviews for all of the components and systems leading into the overall system critical design review. We have a really good spread of milestones across all of the systems. We really focused on making sure we were highlighting every aspect of the system maturation. So launch vehicles obviously critical. So we've got a number of launch vehicle milestone developments. And when you look at the launch vehicle, we've selected the Atlas V for our test flights. You know, a big reason why we selected Atlas V was its 100% success. But you know, what also is important to us is maintaining our design to be compatible with other launch vehicles in the class, so that as other potential launch vehicles, such as the Falcon 9, get the demonstrated reliability that would make you comfortable putting crew on there, we'll be able to move over to the Falcon 9, which really helps us drive long-term value into the program, even during the operations phase. But we've got several milestones with the launch vehicle, the dual-engine Centaur for the upper stage on the Atlas V. The emergency detection system is obviously critical to get us the information we need to initiate an abort. We've already integrated a prototype of that into our flight software lab and been running cases, but we'll have a preliminary design review of that. Looking at mission operations and ground communications, we've got some milestones centered around that, as well as some flight software releases and other hardware system milestones. So just a really good mix that will really show us the maturation of our system along the CCI cap phase.
Regarding the launch vehicle, why not use the Delta IV since Boeing makes the Delta?
Well, actually, United Launch Alliance, which is a joint venture between Boeing and Lockheed, really owns all of our expendable launch vehicles. And so we go to ULA, and with the payload that we would need to launch, which of course in this case is the CST-100, you know, they look for the optimum match, and so they recommended and proposed the Atlas V for that, which is you know, ideally suited for this mission.
And can you tell me which configuration of the Atlas V would be the best? Would there be any sort of boosters involved with it, or would it just be the common core stage?
Yeah, absolutely. So we're on an Atlas V 412, so we'll have a single solid.
So you guys have done several individual tests on a lot of these, the different hardware, the RCS thrusters, the launch abort motors, but when will you be integrating all of those components together to have a launch abort test or further tests?
Right, so the focus of the base period in CCI cap is to get to critical design review. Immediately after that, we'll start into what I call our qualification verification test series. So we'll have structural test article builds, a qual test vehicle. We'll be doing a pad abort test out at the White Sands Missile Range, and then moving into our uncrewed flight test and crewed flight test. So, you know, the focus, of course, shifts dramatically to that integrated qualification testing.
Well, what is the most important thing that people need to know about Boeing right now?
You know, the full commitment of the Boeing company. That is one of the special things about Boeing is once we commit to a path, we're going to stay on it and be successful. So the team is just remarkably focused on maturing the design. We're able to pull in expertise from around Boeing. So we're bringing in expertise from commercial aircraft. From the defense side, we're bringing in rotorcraft and fixed-wing experts, you know, looking across the entire program. So we've got folks helping us on laying out a really efficient and lean manufacturing and production system. We're even integrating lighting from the Boeing Dreamliner into our capsule. Just anywhere that we can bring in flight-proven hardware is really important to us. You know, this essentially is a fixed-price development program. So keeping complex technology development off the critical path has really been important. So kept our focus on across all of the subsystems where we can bring in already flight-proven hardware. It really lowers the risk and helps us ensure that we're going to get and meet our cost and schedule commitments.